Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Hey, Psycho T, your team was in action today at the Battle for Atlantis. North Carolina down 6 points at half to Northern Iowa. They were 12-point favorites in this game. That's a bit of a wake-up call. Well, what did they do? They hung 56 points on them in the second half, run away with the game. 91-69 is the final. Simple as this. Tyler, I have one question for you. What the heck happened tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, the first half, it's a tale of two halves. I mean, the first half, I wanted to rip my TV down and throw it out. I was so pissed the way they were playing. I just didn't feel like their effort was there. And at one point, I felt like, hey, man, these guys are still on the beach. But I don't know what was said or what Hubert did at the halftime, but they came out a whole different team. And I got to give Cormac Ryan credit. I thought he came out, played unbelievable to start the second half, brought the energy. And it was kind of contagious. The rest of the guys caught on. And I know Armando didn't have his best game, but I think Harrison Ingram has been playing extremely well for this team, and he gives them a whole different dynamic. He can play pretty much, 1 through 4, in my opinion. Makes them – they can go small with him and, do different lineups. But I think the second half, clearly they busted it open. And also – you and I played, Northern, Iowa played unbelievable in the first half. I didn't know how they were 1-2. I thought they played a very good first half, but yeah, I think they turned it up in the second half.
RC Elliott Cadeau, 15 points, 3 assists off the bench tonight. He's a guy people love. What did you see from him?
You know what? I wondered. He was a little more aggressive on the offensive, and he made shots on the perimeter. I think the key to all those guys is trying to figure out. Hubert's trying to figure out who he can trust. And the biggest difference you could tell when they came out in the second half was who gonna sit down and guard somebody. They weren't, and that's that initial starting lineup. You got to rebound better. They gave up offensive rebounds early in the game. I like Carolina. I think they'll be there when it's all said and done and it matters. They'll have a chance. But it's got to start on the defensive end. It looked like early on they didn't play. They weren't making shots, so they didn't defend. They came out the second half. Although they defended, they made shots. Ball was moving, popping around. And Cormac Ryan, I'm a big fan of his. They got to figure out – I think he needs to be the guy to be the third scorer for them.
RC, you say they'll be there when it's all said and done. What does that mean?
Conference-wise, I'm not ready to say they're Final Four-ish. They have experience to do it. I ain't going there. I don't think they're on the level with Marquette they do. Conference-wise, I think they'll be there. I think they'll be better than what people give them credit for. I'm not ready to say Phoenix yet. I haven't seen enough out of them yet to put them in that category.
Okay. I was just checking. I want to make sure we're on the same page on this with the target.
No. You're right. Let me be clear on that.
I'm with you, RC. I don't want to.
I don't want Tyler and his to talk about. I'm talking about Carolina. I'd be the only person on the Carolina the Final Four bandwagon. Nah, I ain't doing me like that.
After what we went through last year with those expectations, we don't want them this year.
No,
we want to earn them.
No.
Expectations, both a blessing and a curse, clearly. Tyler, change to the starting lineup in this one. Seth Trimble started. He got 12 minutes. Look, box score-wise, pretty empty. I'm happy to listen if you have insight to maybe he did something that didn't show up in the box score. I don't know. Should Seth Trimble be starting for this team? What's the lineup that you want to see?
Like RC said, I mean, Hubert's still trying different lineups to see who he trusts. Last year there were some spurts where Seth Trimble came in and played very well. And, the one thing that Hubert's doing is he's playing the bench more this year, and he's playing them early. And I think we went through some injuries a few games last year where the bench wasn't really getting minutes early in the season. We expected them to come in and fill some big roles mid-season, which is a tough task to do. But, I believe in Seth Trimble. He's athletic. He gets out. He's a very good defender. I think he's improving. I think if you give him more minutes, I think his confidence will go up. And maybe we'll see some other things that we necessarily haven't seen, maybe some scoring or some outside shots go in. But, yeah, still kind of early on Seth. We'll see.
Yeah. Certainly a kid with a lot of promise. Final question from me on Carolina. Back to you, Tyler. This isn't the first time they've started slow this season. Is this something psychology-wise that you think may just sort of stick with this team? Or is this a small sample size? We don't have to worry about it long-term.
No, I do think it is a concern. The reason I say that is because this team hasn't played well on the road in the past, especially the prior 2 years. And I think it's something psychological. I don't know if they get, thrown off by a different routine. Some players, they have a very strict routine, and when they can't do it, when they're on the road or something like that, it tends to mess with them. But they've got to figure it out. Neutral games and away games, they got to figure out how they can get off to better starts because they can't expect to do that against better teams, especially in the conference. And, seeding-wise for the tournament down the stretch, it's going to be a big factor.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.